Sagittarius, welcome to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So today, Sagittarius, we're going to be doing your reading from November 10th to the 16th. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to see what is your main challenge, clarify all the cards, and get some final advice. Sagittarius, so it's your birthday month. It's gonna get exciting and spicy because we're also having the Mercury retrograde starting off on November 9th, and it's gonna last until the end of November, which is your birthday season, transitioning from Scorpio into Sagittarius, and there is gonna be the after shadow period in the beginning of December. But don't you fret, don't you worry, I got your back, dear Sagittarius. And I want to thank to each and every one of you for being here onto the channel. Thank you so much for all your continuous support and love. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on for you, Sagittarius. Okay, so your challenge, Sagittarius, is the Knight of Wands, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Cups. Sagittarius, this is you. Your challenge here is this sense of direction, sense of purpose, where you are going, where you're heading to, what you really want to do. You know, half horse, half human, the centaur, it means that you're someone that you have a strong sense of vision. You could be dealing with someone in a situation where you're trying to gain clarity. What's the next step? Where is this going? What is it that you need to know? Okay, a lot of you are travelers. A lot of you are explorers. You want to expand your horizons, go beyond borders. And I feel like that for many of you, when it comes to this specific situation, to this relationship, to this connection, you do want to take it to the next level, but we're going to see why is this a challenge for you in a moment. In the recent past, you have the Six of Wands, the Emperor, and the King of Wands. So in the recent past, Sagittarius, I do see here a lot of you dealing with possibly another fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. There was definitely a powerful duo dynamic. Maybe this was a same-sex situation, doesn't have to be. Out of respect, I'm going to say that. I do feel like here that there was, for a lot of you, there was a very strong connection between you and this person in the recent past. Strong sense of purpose, where you both wanted to go, what you both wanted to do. I'm going to kindly put my blinds down because that's just what I want to do. Excuse me, Sagittarius. There is a neighbor that I just don't want to see, honestly. It's not the neighbor that moved, the dude. This is someone else that I just don't want to see, okay? All right, so that's what we do. We just block and then we move forward. Now, and I have never had any, like, I don't say immediate issues, you know, but there's just certain people you don't want to see, okay? So Sagittarius, in the recent past, there was a very strong sense of connection between you and this person. Like I said, power dynamic. Everything seemed and felt very successful. We're going to talk about this shortly. In the present moment, you have the Fool, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. So in the present moment, many of you are probably expecting some sort of a confirmation for you, some sort of news to come towards you. A lot of you are at the point of like whether I should give up on this connection or not. There is a strong sense of pain, maybe a betrayal. You are anticipating for a brand new beginning, but I think for a lot of you, it's like almost the delay has been too long. That's how it feels, at least for a lot of you. So you're like, I don't know if I should give up on this situation or not. We're going to clarify this in a moment. In the near future, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Wands. So in the near future, I do strongly feel like here that for many of you, this spiritual connection that you have, I feel like you're going to see the signs and synchronicities. You could be dealing with an earth sign also, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, strong Virgo energy here. There is a strong connection. Something here is going to be revealed to you that is going to give you the confirmation that is going to work out. Now, you could be dealing with a water sign also. I'm getting here strong Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Yeah, there is a love offer, okay? And the death is in reverse. I don't do reversals, but I'll take it this time. I feel like for a lot of you, whatever needs to transform, and there is no other way. There is no other shortcuts, okay? Transformation going on. Definitely a brand new beginning here for you is on the horizon between you and this person. And the death, like I said, I don't do reversals just because I don't want to, and there is no need to for me in my readings. I feel like that for a lot of you, I see here someone emotionally opening up to you, and you and this person getting to an emotional healthy place. So let's talk about your challenge, which is the Knight of Wands. So let's clarify the Knight of Wands and see what is it that you need to know, because this is a sense of direction. This is where you truly want to go to. And I feel like with the Knight of Wands energy, there is definitely vision. You have a vision. You're a visionary. Okay, so it's clarified by the Justice, Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands, and the Temperance at the bottom of the deck. There is a strong Libra energy here as well. Okay, some of you are dealing with the Libra. You want to heal things with this person and you want to move forward. I think your vision here, as I was saying, it is about marriage. It is about commitment. It is about celebration, reunion, or reconciliation here for a lot of you. You might have worked with this person, or maybe you want to start a business with this person, or maybe you have known them through work. I do strongly feel like here that for a lot of you, you want to create peace. You don't want no beef. You don't want no bad blood. You don't want nothing here to not work out between you and this person. There is definitely a strong sense of stability. And one more thing I want to mention, because we are having this full moon in Taurus on November 5th, or we already had, right? Whenever you watch this, it is about identifying your worth and your value, recognizing your worth and your value, who you truly are, what is it that you truly, are bringing into the world. And you are someone that you are very smart. I think a lot of you are very, very gifted as a Sagittarius, and you are very creative. Sometimes Sagittarius, you just kind of fold your gifts and you put them away. I think it's time for you to open it up. What are you good at? What are the things that you can create for yourself? Because there is a strong sense of, I know this is a love reading, but you want to move towards financial independence. You want to create a business for yourself. You want to make more money. You want to do a lot of things with your money. You want to do your own thing. You know what I mean? Your own thing. So that's something that you're also moving towards. I feel like that whatever you have been putting back in the back burner, your goals, unfinished project and businesses. It is 12:12 on the clock right now. 12:12 could be very significant for many of you. Whatever you had put into the back seat and you just kind of forgot about them, I think, or you walked away from certain things, certain ideas. The Mercury retrograde is going to be bringing these things back up and giving you the opportunity to look into them from a different perspective and see if you want to launch something. So let's talk about the recent past, dear Sagittarius. You have the Six of Wands and it's clarified by the Empress, Seven of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. In the recent past, I do see here things moving forward very successfully with this person. Everything working out great, but then all of a sudden somebody here was kind of being hot and cold with you. There was a lot of confusion with why this person was being hot and cold with you, why they were being constantly on and off with you. Okay, a lot of you tried to really nurture this relationship and take it to the next level with the Emperor. You could be someone that you either had a business with this person or started off very powerfully. The Emperor here is an Aries energy, clarified by the Two of Swords, Ten of Cups, and the High Priestess. For many of you, if you were married to this person, or if there were children and kids involved, could have dealt with an Aquarius as well. I think for a lot of you, there was a lot of uncertainty about why was this happening to you? What was the point of all of this? For many of you, I think you became super spiritual. You became very, I don't say super spiritual. You became very in tune with your divine gifts and connected with the divine even more, okay, with the High Priestess. I think a lot of you also saw the spiritual connection between you and this person. However, with the Ten of Cups and the Two of Swords, you started questioning whether this person truly loved you and whether you should stay in this connection and in this relationship or not. Hence, you made some sort of a decision in the past. So let's clarify the King of Wands for you. So the King of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Devil. Some of you were dealing with the Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, or another Sagittarius, maybe a Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, what was going to say. So in the recent past, something here was very toxic. Super unhealthy, super toxic, lack of commitment, lack of accountability, and you had to either cut this person out of your life, or you had to make a very firm decision. Okay, with the Queen of Swords, doesn't play around. This is an energy here of you in the past kind of regretfully, okay, having to make a decision to remove someone out of your life or to cut connections with someone, even though maybe you were married with this person or you had children with this person, you were very close with them. Something here was super toxic for some of you. There either also could have been a third-party situation as well. Now, we're going to leave the past in the past, and we're going to talk about right now in the present moment. So the Fool, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Okay, so you are definitely contemplating about having a brand new beginning, if anything, but you're so exhausted, Sagittarius. You're tired, you're done, you don't know, you're not so sure. One moment you really want it, the next moment you're like, I'm not sure. So the Fool is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Tower, and the Death. Because you're intuitive enough, you know that even if things were gonna move towards, yes, let's have a brand new beginning, sprinkle, sprinkle. Ace of Cups, here we are having a brand new start, we're gonna work it out. And then there is the Tower, and then there is a death, and then there is a death. Right? Because it's like almost, for some of you, you could still kind of, be dwelling onto the old frequency, vibrational, old story. It could be that maybe there is a trauma here that has happened to many of you, and it happens to a lot of people from the past, from relationships, from previous upbringing, that kind of tells us it's not going to work out. I don't think we're going to be able to make it happen. Look what happened, right? What is it that's holding you back? What beliefs, what situation? Have you completely released of the old story? Are you believing truly, genuinely that you're going to be able to build something very profound with this person? Because it feels like the moment you guys get together, the moment you try to work it out with this person, it just feels like there is a big fear of this situation ending very quickly. And you don't want that. You already have been through multiple Tower moments, 12-12 on the clock, on the timer. So you've been through multiple Tower moments with this person in the past. Things didn't work out. There was a strong sense of disappointment, betrayal, separation that happened. And, it's like you are kind of questioning that. You have the Eight of Wands here. There is some sort of communication coming in towards you. I don't really know what that is unless I clarify. But there is some sort of an acknowledgement here, because I think someone here could want to acknowledge the fact that they hurt you. The Eight of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles, and the Magician at the bottom of the deck. So someone here is going to make an offer to you. There is going to be a person that is going to resurface from the past, this person that you've already known. It is a double confirmation here, because the Eight of Wands is the card of communication, incoming communication, text, message, whatever it is going to be. For a lot of you, this offer is going to be given to you, it's going to be shown, and you're going to be the one that's going to make a decision if you want to be with this person or not. Someone here wants to make an offer to you, Sagittarius, in terms of wanting to have a brand new beginning, fresh start with you. You do seem to be really hurting over the fact that things ended very badly and painfully between you and them. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords for you in the near future. So the Ten of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Chariot. There is going to be a realization. I think that's what you are doing right now, kind of like being in the middle of this major epiphany and realization of wanting to move forward and leave the past behind. In order for you and this person to get back together, to form a family together, to get to this place of Ten of Pentacles, there is a strong decision here, strong need for the decision for you two to leave the past behind and move forward. And that is presented here with the Chariot. The Chariot here is telling me that you and this person are going to be wanting to work on leaving the past behind you and moving forward, right? And there is definitely going to be a conversation about honesty, confession, if anything, if this is a situation that is going to be, that you both are going to reconcile, there has to be also a sense of acknowledgement and forgiveness story that needs to take place between you and this person for you and them to be able to move forward. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles here is about family. This is about also marriage, commitment. I think that's what you truly want to work out with this person. And for many of you, I think, you're still kind of like, you feel very much hurt by whatever happened between you and them. So you want to make sure that you and this individual don't have any residue from the past, anything, any remnants. Now, in the near future with the Queen of Pentacles, I think that you're going to step into your power. There is a strong grounding energy that you're going to start embodying, clarified by the Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. So you're closing off a cycle. The only way you're going to be able to close this cycle of constant agony and pain, betrayal, right? There is the Ten of Swords. Those are emotions, stories, feelings that are going to resurface from the past. There is no shortcut into the spiritual healing journey. People try to eat acai bowls or drink smoothies and juices thinking that's going to heal their trauma. That's not going to heal the trauma. What's going to heal the trauma is going to be breath work, is going to be meditation, awareness, mindfulness. People, like, they're just, I don't know, getting a spa massage and having, all the crystals on the 7 chakras. That's not, the work is done from within. And that comes with acknowledging, which I see you are definitely going to be doing, acknowledging the trauma from the past, family trauma, abuse trauma, things like that came from the past. Because when we get into a relationship, we don't just deal with the person, we deal with their inner child, we deal with someone who mirrors certain things back to us. Things that we maybe forgot about, things maybe that we didn't think was important. But why was this person into your life? Why is it that you all of a sudden had a spiritual awakening after and because of this person coming into your life? So it's telling you something and it's showing you something, right? Your spirituality. High Priestess, Sagittarius. So it's your spiritual journey, it's your spiritual aspect, it's part of you that's going to be awakening to this realization that, like, hold on, why am I feeling this way every single day? Why do I embody? And you are a very optimistic sign. You're one of the most optimistic signs of the zodiac and my fellow fire sign, right? So a lot of you, sometimes even though on the outside you're so supportive and so loving and you're showing love and care for everyone, sometimes you feel lonely within you because you're asking yourself, like, do some people also kind of see that I could be struggling too? Like, just because I smile and I tell everyone everything's great, some people don't really get to be like, okay, so Sagittarius, how are you doing? You know what I mean? And sometimes that can be very disappointing in friendships, relationships, connections, when people don't get to really, they just see the bubbly and the happy side of you and the blunt side as well. But I think you do process and feel at a very deep level. It's just that you don't really show it to people. And sometimes when these feelings get accumulated and suppressed, they actually take out on physical symptoms, things like that. So that's why my encouragement is going to be, doing breath work and meditation. So the High Priestess is clarified by the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands, and the Fool at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so for many of you, I do strongly feel like here is Sagittarius, that you and this person are going to arrive to a point where you both are going to leave the past behind you and move forward towards a new direction. I think that there is going to be a strong sense of empowerment. You're going to be in your power. This person is going to be in your power. For some of you, it could be a same-sex situation. Like I said, doesn't have to be. But I feel like that for a lot of you, there is definitely a strong sense of, why are we carrying these burdens from the past? If we really, really want to work it out, take it to the next level. And that's why you and this person are going to be stepping into the power, the Queen of Wands, and having a brand new beginning. The more your birthday season is approaching, Sagittarius, I think the more serious and determined you are becoming to take a leap of faith and right to your vision. Where do you want to go with this person? Which direction do you want to move forward to? So the Queen of Wands is clarified by the King of Cups, the Fool, and the World. The Fool and the World, yeah. The first and the last card in Major Arcana in Tarot. Very interesting, okay? So you're going to have this opportunity to finally close off a major cycle that has been kind of lagging and dragging you with the World and embark onto a new journey with the Fool into this new connection, into this new love, into this new chapter where there is going to be emotional stability and reciprocation between you and this person. Let's get the advice and see what is it that you need to know, dear Sagittarius. What is the advice for my Sagittarius? So Sagittarius, your advice here is the Two of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Sometimes it's in the middle of chaos. Sometimes it's in the middle of this uncertainty that when we pay attention to the small details, when we work on those small details, when we try to put into the efforts with the Eight of Pentacles and try to resolve something within us, we actually become the person that we've always wanted to and we were meant to, and we are able to overcome them and we are able to move forward. So the advice here for you is to continue working on the things that you know and are aware of right now. Don't worry about the entire uncertainty of the situation, because that might be a little scary. Where am I going to go, right? Because you're a Sagittarius. You don't necessarily have to have a map of exact steps of every single step of where you are going to go to. The vision here is marriage, commitment, relationship, but what are the smaller things that we need to work on? They may seem small, but they play a big role, right? To work on this relationship, to work on it in order for us to take it to the next level. So dear Sagittarius, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this reading helped. Love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.